I was running errands in my son's car today, so I carved out the time to visit a few thrift stores. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. If you watch my videos, you know that I have got a real soft spot for vintage furniture like this, although this is ugly and I can't figure out what is going on in that design, possibly because it's so vague. $40 and that could have been yours. Here's another ugly chair, and I'm really curious whether that is the original cushion or something someone added later. It obviously goes with the end table next to it, which is maybe another clue that somebody reupholstered this themselves. This little pastel pilgrim girl was there weeks ago, and I don't know if she made it into a video or not. I was just going to walk by her, but then I saw this little girl who is that same pastel color palette, except she's more pearlescent. So I'm thinking maybe the same person painted both of these. And then up here on the upper shelf, we've got a cheerleader. And she's from the same set of ceramic molds as that pearlescent girl. I'm guessing she is in somebody's school colors, and maybe that's why she isn't the same color palette as the rest of them. I love playing guessing games about other people's vintage crafts. And I really like this little milk glass candy dish. I expected it to have a pedestal. And I think that might have been one of Grandma's criteria for her collection, because it seems like almost all of hers had pedestals. She did not have that one. I'm 99% sure she did not have that one. These salt and pepper shakers are like the ones we had in my childhood, except they didn't have an S and a P on them. I always thought ours were Tupperware, and if that's because all plastic in that time period was Tupperware, or because as a little kid I thought it was, I don't know. Things that are not important. My favorite part about thrifting is the nostalgia, because sometimes you find things that remind you of days you would have never thought about in a million years. I like the graphics on vintage crock pots too. If you are close to my age, do these conjure up memories, especially of how it felt when you pinched the side of your hand in that cracked plastic? This store always seems to have an abundance of milk glass. I think the plates could be the ones that have been there for months and months, but the cake stands are definitely new and weren't here last time. And the prices seem pretty affordable. I am not up on the proper value of milk glass. Here we've got a pair of baby-faced Revolutionary War soldiers, I think. They're odd and a little bit unsettling, and I can't quite figure them out. Down the highway at the Safe Haven thrift store, here we've got some crochet hooks, some leftover threads, and a few skeins of Coats & Clark for $3, a crochet pattern, and some old Aunt Martha's transfers. And then this bag confused me a bit, because I have never seen stamped cross stitch that looks quite like that before. Have you? Here's some Tupperware cereal bowls, and they are just similar enough to the ones we used as kids to be jarring, because it feels like they should be more tapered at the bottom, and I don't like the shape of the newer ones. Not that I was in the market for Tupperware cereal bowls to begin with. The very sweet lady at the thrift store told me that anything with green on it was half off, and she very carefully checked the covers of all 3 books that I bought and couldn't find any green except for the Goodwill sticker, which she apologized and said didn't count. The books were 3 for $1. I was fine paying $1 to support the local no-kill shelter, but remember that bag of printed cross stitch I was looking at outside? I brought that back in and asked her if that was green. And of course that's green. So for $2, let's find out what I bought, because I don't know.
I wasn't really willing to gamble $4, but for $2, I'm guessing pillowcases. And yep, these are pillowcases. At least the first bag is pillowcases. I would assume the rest of the bags are pillowcases. Now, my question is whether or not these are intended to be stitched on. The pre-printed cross stitch that I have always bought has been the blue stuff that washed out. I've never seen ones with pre-printed color before. So if this color isn't going to wash out, I think I might just use these as is to do something with. And I guess the easiest way to figure that out is to get the corner of it a little bit, paper towel a little bit damp, and see if they bleed. So for my $2, it looks like I got 6 brand new pillowcases, and these are brand new. That looked like factory packaging, and they feel like newer fabric. I'm glad that she was as persistent about her green as she was, because I'm kind of happy I have these. If you've seen this type of stamped cross stitch before, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I walked by in the thrift store you would have snapped up. And thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle.